Dang, I think I lost my recording feed, but that's okay. So, yeah, I'm still gonna load it. Um, I love this park here. Um, this is this was the area that I was called to once I was here in Texas for I think about my 8th month. I was called to this area right here, and I couldn't quite get into this area, so I had to, settle for Garland, and was a little disappointed after I got here. It started growing so fast that I couldn't keep up with, the expansion as it had occurred in my escrow account. Okay? And so I had to leave Rowlett and then move back to Garland, where, it was more stabilized and the taxes wasn't so erratic. I suppose in another dimension, I was probably, still here, probably living on the side of the hill where I could watch the sunset, and have access to a boat every now and then, right? So yeah. I really didn't want to leave this area. But, life takes us places and we have to go. Okay. I love that machine. It reminds me of that exerciser that, who was that used to sponsor that? I think it was Simmons, right? The Gazelle. Yeah. Simmons used to be a sponsor of the Gazelle. And yeah. Well, on the other side of that coin, right? On the other side of that coin, when we think about, that women, would be at home, protecting the kids, maintaining the house, that it was supposed to be, a beautiful collaboration. And it could have been. And some people, they do manage that. Because, they have the concept that what they have and what they're doing is a beautiful thing, right? It's not going to be successful once you have it in your mind that you never should have settled down. The responsibilities are too much. And you don't have the understanding and the belief that every time you go outside of your unique family dynamic, that you make your family vulnerable. And you do, right? Especially when, it occurs that, going outside has caused, an STD or an STI, and then it is real to women. It's very real to women. It's like, ooh, your 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 minutes of fun could have cost us our life. And these men will argue, oh, you're so insecure. What are the chances, that, I will catch some, incurable or deadly disease, right? And my mind would be like, first of all, if I ain't enough for you, you should move on. You really should. Don't play games with me. Don't sit up here and try to say, oh, well, my confidence should not be challenged. Right? Because as soon as I have a sniff that you've been cheating, you become stank shit to me. You do. And I can't even imagine people that could get turned on while smelling stank shit. Not me. I don't know, maybe them ones that, like that, back door, maybe tossing the salad and licking and sucking that black hole. And I'm like, ew, really? You can catch jaundice, hepatitis. What's wrong with you? Hold on. And you think that I'm going to sacrifice my health, my peace of mind, for a place to stay? Because that's what it's coming down to, right? Once we're beyond monogamous, then you're just a place to stay, right? That's it. You're merely an opportunity that's becoming a liability every moment of the day. They know it, you know it, but of course, they want to gaslight you, pretend like it's all, whatever you believe it to be, you can change your mind, and like, my thought is, no. You're going to have to do more than gaslight me. You're going to have to literally brainwash me to believe that. I mean, seriously. Because, so then, Um, there comes the situations where, men feel like, you know, if I rape you, if I have anal sex with you, then, I can convince you that you belong to them. And I'm like, no, you won't convince me of that, right? Because my ex had told me that his stepfather had told him that if he ever wanted to have control over a man or a woman, is to have sex with them in the anus, right? And I'm like, what? Your grandfather? I mean, you're, well, we would call them like a grandfather because of their age, but they're not really a grandfather. Come on. I hate it when my dog is on her period. Oh my God. She just loves the female. Ugh. And I was like, well, did he explain to you why he thought that? And so anyway, the discussion was, well, there's a moment of white light pain that happens. And if you can get this person to want that white light pain as, pleasure or anyway, addicted to the light, like, oh, what was that light? That this is one way, you can get people to succumb to anal sex captivity. Let's just call it captivity. And for men, that is also compounded with the fact that their prostrate gets pushed, and then they will also have an ejaculation, right? And most men are like, what? A no effort ejaculation? What kind of heaven is this? Right? Because most men will tell you, well, most straight men will tell you that, you have to work hard, to get an ejaculation. And, your strength and determination will help you, right? But not if you're a gay man. If you're a gay man, that's not required. Back in the 60s, there used to be women that used to assist the men that was having, sex with them to ejaculate by playing with their prostrate. Yes, they did. So, I guess Neptune did not go away. Neptune is still here. And Neptune is having me grinning from ear to ear. because the reason why is a lot of times, things happen to people and they're like, they don't have an understanding and they don't know why. And, the truth is half of the answer. The other half is what you plan to do with the truth. Okay? And a lot of women will say, well, what about the prostitute? How come the prostitute, they have sex with all of these different strange men, and how come they're not stigmatized? Because they don't have the belief that they're going to be stigmatized. They already have the idea that, hey, this is a business proposition. It is what it is. And, they could have had so much sex that, to even fantasize that, like that about the phallic is pretty impossible. Okay? So, yeah. Our belief system, they begin with our thought processes. And this kind of brings me back to that movie with Sandra Bullock and Sylvester Stallone. It was a classic, right? And this was the people that were trying to evolve into the future, and the future societies were in cooperation, but there was an underworld that was forgotten. And I think they shot this in Vegas, right? They had smart cars back then, smart sprinklers, robots. If I could remember the name of that movie, I would be doing good. And anyway, Sylvester Stallone had been put away for being a bad cop. But one of the worst criminals had broke out, and they had to bring Sylvester Stallone out of crino freeze to combat the fleeing criminal that was wreaking havoc on the world. And so yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that movie again. Look at it more closer. Because right now we have Donald Trump, who is wanting to, reinforce the law, and is basically telling folks that no, we're not as civilized as we're pretending to be. We have not shown enough discipline. We have not had enough programming to actually become evolved as we're stating we are. And I understand where he's coming from because of what he has seen. You know, how can you say that you're evolved and, you know, you're saying that love is free and then turning around saying that sex is love? What? They're not the same thing. So, yeah. Now, you know, if Kamala wins, I think it will have the same effect that, you know, when Obama became president, you know, in that it would elevate the status that have, you know, been imposed upon black people. And okay, got it. Hop in, baby. Good doggy. Can you imagine 17-year-old doggy still having a period? What the heck? Don't they go through menopause? Huh? Why? My dog is a female. She's never been breeded. No, she's never had any puppies. I'm quite proud of it. Right? And, you know, I watch and I pay attention, you know, that she gets these urges and, you know, and compulsions to want to mate, you know. But, you know, do you have to let her know that, hey, you know, that's just a biological, chemical reaction. It will pass, baby. It will pass. Of course, while she's going through it, she feels like she's going through hell. Matter of fact, she probably blames me for not letting her have a mate. And I'm telling her, look, you know, this is actually a blessing because I'm not taking care of no puppies. And even though she's a beautiful dog, and there may be a lot of people that would want her puppies, that's not the point. Because the point would be, I would have to feed those dogs, feed her, get the shots, clean the poop up, and all of that stuff that I'm just not gonna do. I'm just not gonna do it. Right? I'm just not gonna do it. Let's be honest. I mean, you've seen how many times she pooped on just one walk. 3 times. Can you imagine having like 6 little pups running around there pooping all the time? No. So yeah, I really like the diet that Rachel Ray had put into the dog food that she's eating right now. Thank you, Rachel Ray. Her poop is, it's a good consistency. And yeah, she seems to be healthy and happy. So I want to stop at the store real quick. And just buy a couple of items because I'm out and about. Or, I could go back home and not go to the store. That's so true. I mean, let's face it. What is it that you really want? Then, do you really need what you want? Right? I don't really need what it is that I want. Because I just don't need it. Period. But it's that I want. So I think I'm gonna go back home and all right. I'm gonna tell you what it is. I want to get bacon bits. Yeah, I want to get bacon bits to put in my salad. Right? It's like, wow, salad ain't no good if it don't have no bacon bits in it. Shoot. Scrambled eggs ain't no good unless it has bacon bits in it. Darn it. Vegetables ain't no good unless it has bacon bits in it. Bacon. I feel like you know that dog that be craving the bacon bits. That's me. Bacon bits. Right? When I don't have bacon bits, I be fiending for the bacon bits. I'll cut out all the salt as long as I can have some bacon bits. Yes, no salt for me, nothing but bacon bits, please. Woo. But yeah, what I think I'm gonna do, since I have Black Forest ham. For some reason, people weren't buying the Black Forest ham, so they lowered the price on the Black Forest ham by almost $1 compared to the other lunch meat. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to dice up the Black Forest ham and put it over some heat until it gets crispy. I'm serious. That's how I'm fiending for the bacon bits. And I'll let you know how it turns out. Okay? Because I'm serious. I'm like, yeah, I'm willing to go in the store and buy me, a $3, $5 pack, I don't care, of bacon bits. Because that was the main way that I was able to cut back my salt intake. I was just, oh my God, my salt intake was off the chain. Man, once I started having like the iodine table salt, then I started having the seasoning salt, and then I was having the onion salt, garlic salt, and, it was a lot of salt I was intaking, and I was loving it. That stimulation from that salt, it was tantalizing my taste buds for real. And yeah, but not my blood pressure. My blood pressure was like, if you call this tantalizing, I got something to show you. I know my blood pressure has gone down just because the swelling in my hands and my feet and my lymph node areas have shrunk. Right? What are those lymph node areas? Under your belly button's one. Your inner thighs is another. Your feet is another, on top of your feet. Your hands have lymph nodes. Under your arms have lymph nodes. Your neck has lymph nodes. Oh yeah. Speaking of necks, look at that. Man, all that swelling has gone down. You can see my collarbone and everything. I'm pleased. I still have, October, November, December. I still have 2.5 months to go. For real. And I can't even tell you that, I'm loving the change. And look, oh my God, I think I'm starting to get my dimples back. I had got so swollen here on my face, and it was starting to come down on my neck, and my chest, it was coming up to my neck, and I thought I was having problems breathing, right? But dang, I'm starting to like that my jawline is coming back. What the heck? Is this a reversal of age or what? No, I'm still an old lady. I mean, I'm still grandma. And as quiet as it's kept, I even think I had swelling around my eyeballs. Yes, I don't know what kind of fluid got in there, what kind of fat fluid got in there, but yes, there was fat swelling around my eyeballs. And one day, I think my eyeballs was draining some of that fat, and I swear to God, I thought somebody had glued my eyelids shut. I'm like, what is this? So, yeah. Now, honestly, I would have taken, my looks, my health for granted if it hadn't have been problematic. I really would have. And I'm hoping that when I do get under 200 pounds, that I won't take my health for granted. Because, the resiliency will definitely be, cut back a lot more as you age. That's just the way it is, you know. Now, you have some people, you know, who are, you know, doing the HGH injections, right? That's the hormone growth injections, you know, to try to keep themselves youthful. I don't know too much about that, you know. I know I had some co-workers who were involved in that, and I didn't do research on it because I wasn't interested in it. They claimed they had did their research and therefore they were okay, and they went on to do it. It might be something that I will try to look into. You know, just because, you know, just because of the disrespect that they give to old people. I mean, there was a time it didn't seem like they disrespected you for being old, but the disrespect towards old people is just unbelievable. And it's like, yeah, you know, you'll be lucky if you get old the way you disrespect old people. And their attitude is like, I don't want to get old. I'd rather die than get old. Right? Kind of like, who was that actor that died young? There was this actor, he died real young. A real good looking young man. But he really never really wanted to grow up. And that's one of the reasons why he was reckless. Because, you know, he never wanted to grow old. And to say, you know, I don't want to be old is not quite true. I always wanted to be ageless. That's what I want. I never wanted to tell anybody my age. I didn't want people to put me in a box of, you know, how I should be because of my age. You know, only recently have I started saying what my age is. Right? And the only reason why I started telling people what my age was is because they were putting me in the category of people who was in their 40s and 50s, and I'm like, no, I'm not in my 40s and 50s, I'm in my 60s. So, yeah, you know, you really setting the bar for me by sitting up here making me, trying to turn me into a 40 and 50-year-old when I'm actually 60. Right? And I just didn't want people to do that anymore. It's like, oh, you want to know how old I am? I'm 60. I'm 63. You want to know what size I am? I'm a 2X. Now what? Oh, was dealing with you, and you old enough to be my mama. And some of them, you old enough to be my grandma. Yup, I'm old enough to be your mama. I'm old enough to be your grandmama. Whatever. So what? Now what? You know, and that's kind of how I feel. You know, and when I listen to these young people and they're trying to become this new age, and I'm like, yeah, your new age is old to us. You know, you're getting into dark spirituality. You know, we were astrologists. There's a big difference. Not all of them. Not all of them. You know, the ones that wanted to be drug-induced spiritualists, yeah, they was dark as nighttime on a new moon. Yeah. And I wanted to add, in Vegas, with all those lights, light pollution, and you can't even see the stars. So there, I said it. I had me 2 protein shakes today. That's 40 grams of protein. I added the fiber because the mixed drinks, they don't have fiber in it. You pretty much have to add, you know, appropriate fiber. That's just the way it is. And it would benefit anyone. You know, I even had to correct my daughter. My daughter was like, yeah, you know, you want to shit a lot, you know, you need to add fiber. And I was telling my daughter, hey, you know, fiber is not a laxative, you know. However, it does feed your digestive system so that it can do its work. And a lot of our food, you know, doesn't have enough fiber in it. We don't eat a fiber conscious diet. We just don't. And I can contribute to, you know, some of my good health, you know, to the fact that, you know, I have increased my fiber intake. And the fiber that I got, it's soluble in water. It's tasteless, odorless, and I'm like, oh shit, I can put it in everything, and I can. And sometimes it feels like I have been putting it in everything. I'll put it in, you know, my drinks, my tea, my food, you know, and now I understand why, you know, the fiber aisle at the pharmacy, at CVS, at Walgreens, at Walmart, it's just full of fiber. If you don't do nothing else for your health, incorporate 30 grams of fiber into your diet and see if your life doesn't change. Your life will change. I promise you. supplements are expensive. I realize that, but you know, fiber, you know, it's just too difficult to eat enough fiber with your food. You know, when we overboil or we over fry food, you know, we're cooking that fiber right out of the food. We're breaking it down even before it has a chance to get to us. So you best believe that. But I'm still gonna go home. I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna chop up some Black Forest ham, maybe about 3 slices. I think 3 slices of ham is about 30 calories. And I'm gonna fry it up crispy. And I'm gonna see if I could turn them into some ham bits, crispy ham bits. That might be a new thing. If it turns out good, I might just forego the bacon bits and go for the leaner ham, crispy ham, diced crispy chips or something. Yeah, I'm gonna let you know. I already got it in my mind, and my mind is already telling me this is a more positive choice, right? Because why? Because it's crispy and salty, just like bacon. It's leaner than bacon. Oh, it's leaner than bacon. Yes, so you'll be cutting back off of the fat, and you know, even frying it crispy, you're gonna be melting some of that fat off of there. Girl, I think you got it. You got it. The best decision that you have made so far. So I'll probably do 3 slices of crispy ham chips that I'm going to make to substitute for the bacon, and then I'll probably cut up another 3 slices uncooked, so I'll feel like I'm having meat in my salad. I'm going to have a boiled egg, diced up, about 1/4 cup of cheddar cheese, and 2 cups. I think I'm gonna do 2 cups of spinach. Yeah, and yeah, I think I'm gonna add a few pieces of diced sweet pepper, just so I know I got that vitamin C. That vitamin C, like in Cherie. Anyway, thank you for watching me on Cherie's weight loss journey. I'll let you know how it went.